This is a topical topic. I saw a bunch of posts on Twitter this morning discussing it. A rated R Star Wars movie. Would you be for it? Would you be against it? Do you not even care? Does any of this matter? You know, look at Logan. Look at Deadpool. There is an argument in favor of turning what most people think as kid characters or kid movies into something with a hard R. And box office wise, they seem to make a pretty big splash. I love Logan. I have it in 4K. Thought it was great. But Logan isn't Star Wars. A rated R Wolverine movie makes sense. The comics have always dripped with gruesome violence and overall adult themes. A rated R Star Wars movie at the moment doesn't make sense to me. What would make it rated R? Cursing? As much as my sailor mouth loves saying fucking shit, I don't really think there's a place for that in Star Wars. Violence? Star Wars has always had some form of violence. Hands chopped off, heads chopped off, blaster fire, dead Ewoks. But usually a R rating for violence comes from the brutality of it, the gore, the blood, that kind of stuff. And I don't really want that in a Star Wars movie either. Rated R for nudity? Once again, not something I care to see in a fun space adventure Star Wars flick. These elements, to me, just don't seem to have a place in Star Wars. And hey, maybe I'll change my mind down the road, but I feel like Star Wars should be inclusive rather than exclusive. If a kid can't go to a Star Wars movie with their friends and without parental supervision, it honestly doesn't sound like something that I'd want. Inclusivity. Star Wars has always been about inclusivity. Everyone should be able to go see a Star Wars movie. Like I said, they're fun space adventure flicks with the occasional dark theme. But rated R? I don't think that's really necessary. And you guys know me. I'm no squeaky clean prude. I'm no moralist or killjoy. My live streams would definitely be rated R if they were being rated by the MPAA. But Star Wars? Is that something people really want? At the moment, I don't really have a desire for that. If I had to guess, in the distant or not so distant future, we'll probably see a rated R Star Wars movie. 10 years from now, maybe they'll make one. And I can see that being a pretty big deal. The first ever rated R Star Wars movie. The news outlets would probably talk about it quite a bit. You'd have people debating it on TV. You'd have moral crusaders fighting against it and maybe even holding picket signs, who knows. There's no doubt it would be great for publicity once the Star Wars hype dies down years from now. So what do you guys think about a rated R Star Wars movie? I think the whole reason this topic resurfaced is because D.B. Weiss and David Benioff from Game of Thrones are writing a new series of Star Wars films, and people are just thinking, oh, Game of Thrones, super violent, super sexual, and filled with a ton of cursing. So people are projecting what they already know from these two dudes onto what's to come in the Star Wars universe. Let me know down below what you guys think. At the moment, I'm kind of against it. I want Star Wars to be as inclusive as it possibly can be, but hey, I've changed my mind before, and I'll surely change my mind again. HelloGreedo, out.